Hi crafty friends, it's Lori with a craft party. I made this today and wanted to go ahead and make another one on camera. First things first, I'm going to get out my handy dandy cutter. This doesn't matter how big it is, I'm going to fold this in half and then I am going to cut it so that it's more square. It doesn't have to be square, but just so it's more square. And I'll tell you, it measures about 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and it's a little off here. I'm gonna cut that so it's even. Get rid of these scraps. First thing I did was ink. So I go around and ink everything up. I am using Walnut Stain Distress Oxide by Ranger. Okay, then I'm going to get out, this one I used yellow Easter egg dyed paper, but I think with the colors here, I think I'm going to get the orange out. So give me a second and I'll get a sheet of orange. And this isn't measured precisely. This is one of those where you use up your scraps, other than the paper and the Easter egg dyed paper, and that you could even use scraps too of copy paper or what have you. I'm gonna go ahead and use this as my template. Stick it on here like this. Okay, save that for later. And then we've got this to use for a template. Save that for later. And this is just Easter egg dyed paper. If you would like a video on how to dye your own Easter egg paper, please leave a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you. I got this a little crooked, so I'm going to try to even it up. There we go. See if it fits in my... It's a little big, so we will take a little off this end. Fold them in half. They're a little willy wonky, but we're all right with that. Okay. And I've got my stapler here. I'm just going to slide it in, putting the rough side of the staples on the inside. Making sure that I staple on the fold. And there we've got the booklet. I'm going to go ahead and ink a little bit more, so that way the page edges get a little ink. There we go. Oh, those look like they kind of got missed. There we go. And then I'm going to take some Amazon packaging paper And this piece isn't going to be big enough. Let's see if this piece is going to be big enough. Yes, barely. We're going to try to rip just a little bit off this edge. It may not be big enough when we're done. We may have to redo it. Read a really good book yesterday by Kristen Hanna called Between Sisters. It was a tearjerker. I really enjoyed it, even though it didn't make me sad. And you want to just even this up on here, and I just use my scissors, and again I eyeball it. I don't measure it out. I like the roughness of just eyeballing it. Then get out my paper, and I'm going to ink this up. If you like to read, go ahead and read that by Kristen Hanna. If you've already read it, please let me know. It's called Between Sisters. And we need, excuse me, and we need a paper clip. We want the ripped edge to go over the spine. And it's going to be close. We're going to have to work at it. And this, we glue on the back. So let's get our glue out. I've got my art glitter glue. We want the paper clip on there. And then we're going to put glue on this side, down the spine, and then on the paper so we get a good adhesion. And then we're going to have to use our fingers and just kind of wrap it around. Might be a good time to get out our towel. Just got to keep pressing it. Okay. Then I took just some scrap white cardstock. I have plenty of that. I keep most of my white cardstock for this reason. And I just eyeballed how big I thought I needed the stamped bear. Here's the stamps that I'm using. I don't know where I got them, probably off of Amazon. And I'm going to use my archival ink so I can use my watercolor pencils. I don't know if I'll use them with water or not yet. It's just a little teddy bear. I'm making these for Paper Crafting Soul Sisters. We're doing a teddy bear tag exchange where you tag somebody and then you send them 5 to 8 different items that have teddy bears on them, whether it's die cuts or stamped images or what have you. And so that's what I'm making these for. I've got some very old, close to my heart pencils. I guess these aren't watercolor pencils, they're just regular pencils. The watercolor ones must be put up. We'll go ahead and use this purple for the flowers. And it doesn't mean you have to be real precise when coloring all this in. It's up to you. I use the green for the stems, although they're kind of close together, so use the orange for the patch and the small parts of the ear and nose and mouth. And then I've got a light brown color in the rest of the teddy bear. Okay, and then I'm going to round the corners. And I'm going to ink the edges. And again, I'm using walnut stain. Okay. And then I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And put this on. Center it on the page. And now we have a paper clip notebook with a bear image on it for my Paper Crafting Soul Sisters group. Again, it doesn't matter what size you make them. You could make them smaller than this. You could make them bigger than this. They will go in a junk journal or a regular journal. There we go. Just perfect. And then you got a little cute writing space. Thank you for stopping by today. It was great crafting with you. Make sure you go over to my Ko-fi shop and get your freebies. I do plan on putting some more in there, but I haven't had time here lately. If you would, stop over and look at my Happy Birthday to Me video where you can win Happy Mail. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment on that video. And you have a great day. Hugs!